Hello, my name is Darren Woodfork, and I'm an attorney here in Scottsdale, Arizona. And today I want to talk to you real quick on one of the most common questions I get when somebody calls my office if they've been involved in a car accident. And one of the questions is, or one of the most common questions is, do I really need a lawyer? And it's a fair question. It's a very good question, actually. Sometimes the insurance adjusters, if you're involved in a car accident, sometimes the insurance company for the guy who hit you will call you up, and they might, imply that you don't need a lawyer. They're just going to, take all your medical bills and take all your medical records and then send you a check when it's all said and done. Sometimes they'd say that it's, it'll be much easier and that you'll get more money in your pocket because you're not paying a lawyer to handle the case. And so my answer to that is there are situations where you do not need a lawyer in a car accident case. And I tell everybody, look, you don't need to hire me in a case where I think that the value of the case is less than $5,000. If it's less than $5,000, you're going to be better off doing it on your own because you're going to keep more money in your pocket because you're not going to be paying myself or any law firm, 25% or 30% or 33% of the final settlement like you would in a regular case. And again, if you're under $5,000, it's not going to make it really worth it for you to hire a lawyer. But what I do tell them is I say, thank you for calling my office, and I will definitely help them out in the negotiation process with the insurance company to get the best settlement that they can. It's not going to mean the same because they're going to be dealing with the insurance company directly, but I will inform the person who calls, say, hey, look, here's what you need to do. You need to get your medical bills, you need to get all your medical records and all that. And the insurance company will probably get them for them in that situation where they're not dealing with a lawyer. But I tell the people, I say, look, in addition to them paying for your bills, they have to pay for your pain and suffering. And that's the biggest thing that the insurance companies try to get away with when they're dealing with somebody who's not dealing with a lawyer, is that they say, hey, look, we're sorry for the accident, let us pay for your medical bills. But in the law, you're entitled for your medical bills and pain and suffering. And so I make sure that I tell them, look, you're entitled to pain and suffering, and when you're dealing with the insurance company, make sure you negotiate that as a part of your claim. And so, sometimes they'll call me back, after a month or so and say they're offering me this, X amount of dollars, and I'll tell them that's too low. They're not paying you for your pain and suffering, or they're not paying you enough for your pain and suffering. Basically, go back with this number. And so it's an informal, advisement. I'm not their lawyer, but I'm just telling them basically kind of what would be fair and kind of what they would get if they had a lawyer. But in that scenario, again, if they have a case where they only have $1,500 worth of medical bills and they have a case worth $4,000, well, if they hire a lawyer, then the $4,000 gets reduced to $3,000 from legal fees. So they only have $1,500 once that's said and done. So I tell them, I say, hey, look, your case is worth $4,000. Make sure you get up to $4,000 or whatever. And then in that scenario, they get $4,000. They pay their doctor back, and then they get $2,500. So, but that's kind of what I say. Anything under $5,000, I always suggest, you can do it yourself if you want to. Obviously, you can hire a lawyer if you want to, but the numbers, it's in your favor not to. And you're not going to be hurt. You're not going to be at that much of a detriment handling on your own, because one of the big reasons that you hire a lawyer in the first place is because you have leverage, and that means if the insurance company doesn't treat your case correctly or don't treat you fairly, then with a lawyer you can sue and go to court and ask the judge, ask the arbitrator, ask a jury for your fair compensation. And in the insurance companies, for the at-fault driver, they know that, well, if you're representing yourself, you're not going to do that. And they also know, even if you have a lawyer in a case under $5,000, you're probably not going to sue and go to court anyway for a case like that. But anyways, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please give me a call, 602-284-3035. You can shoot me an email at darronw, DERRONW, @msn.com. Or you can check out my website at woodforklaw.com. Thank you.